Hey, what's up everyone, it's Grim here, and apologies for the gameplay because it's me looking at stat pages and then we literally, because I'm waiting for the timer to click down, we go into a game and it's almost done. Well, it basically is done. But I wanted to use this gameplay purely for the fact that it kind of leads on nicely into the next live com game I'm going to be doing. And shows you why me and Matt just go absolutely ham in the next game because we're pissed that it dropped us into this losing game. I know it's just a beta, but we're on a nice roll. Anyway, pushing that to one side, what I want to talk about is Vince Zampella went onto IGN and he was on his Twitter page talking about DLC content for Titanfall. Now he has turned around and said there will be DLC content. Accept it. Some of it will be free, which I kind of have questions about because I don't think putting in like game modes, for instance, single player, not single player, but private matches is being added in as free DLC. Fuck off, that should be in the game from the beginning. It's just the fact that you didn't get round to it. Don't make it look like you're being generous and giving us free DLC. You're not. You're putting something that should be in the game. But anyway, that rant aside, so we're also getting the traditional DLC that we know from games like Call of Duty and Battlefield. So for instance, you get new maps, and we don't know what else. Potentially new Titans, potentially new weapons, but I will say this in defense of Zampella and I believe Respawn, although I'm kind of talking from history rather than from their actual deeds, and that is, he has always been very focused on balance. So I know, you're going to laugh because you're thinking Modern Warfare 2 and things like that, but his primary focus has tried to always been balance. It's tried to be, don't create something that's simple and that's balanced, and then add in extra tweaks. You know, don't add in a new gun that only certain people can buy. Don't add in a new Titan that is, you know, more powerful than a fucking Star Destroyer, because you'll ruin the balance of the game. COD 4, I know a lot of people say the MP5, the M16 had issues being extremely OP, and I understand that, but you have to look at the rest of the game. It was kind of balanced. You know, the Juggernaut stopping power thing balanced each other out. There are other issues, I'm not going to get martyrdom, that wasn't annoying, but for the whole, the game was a lot more balanced than we have seen in recent Call of Duties. Now, I like the idea of just having the DLCs that kind of give us the maps again, be nice and simple. And I like the idea that he has come out and said, look, there will be a, you know, one-shot buy it all, like the season pass that we get. Battlefield, Call of Duty, everybody does that now. If you're going to do DLCs, there's a season pass for it. And I like that. I will be getting it for Titanfall. I don't get it for Call of Duty anymore. I don't get it for Battlefield. But for Titanfall, because I feel this is a game I will be playing probably next 2 years, I would guess. I will be getting that. Because, and it's partly to do with DLC, it's why I'm going to talk about it, and I know I always go back to Call of Duty, but it is the big boy on the block, and it is also, was also my first love. You know, it was the game that made me buy a console. It was the game. So you're starting to see, I mean, it started off with probably a Modern Warfare 3 big style, when you started to get the micro drops. They wanted to push Elite. We all had to, you know, you have to buy Elite. Now I was lucky. I won my copy of my hardened edition of Modern Warfare 3, which means I didn't pay for all the fucking Elite and all that shit. They tried to push that on us. Elite failed desperately. So the next thing they've used is the microtransactions, buying camos for your guns and that. And on the surface, I have no issue with that, because it's a cosmetic change. It's the fact that I, as a player, if I want to make my gun look a little bit different, a little bit funky, I can pay some money and I can get that. Now, on a side issue, is that annoying as a parent? I have no doubt it is. I'm not a parent myself, but I imagine that can be annoying as hell. Especially if your card is linked with the account, and all of a sudden your kid wants to buy, oh, but it's only like £5, and it's only like £2, and it's only like £3, £4, £5. And they start buying all these camos because their friends have got them. So they want, you know, oh, your mate's running around with a bacon camo. I want the bacon camo. I'm going to spend £5 on bacon camo. Now, as I say, if you work and whatever, that's fine. And you want to put your money down and you want to buy these camos. But to make parents be sort of pressured into buying it, that's annoying. I've always liked models which are far more like Guild Wars. If any of you have played that, Guild Wars has a system called gems, and gems can be used to buy customizable items. It can be used to basically to bypass some of the game. So, for instance, you can buy certain colours for your armour. So you buy the ink, and then you can dye your armour certain colours. You can buy different mounts. You can buy all sorts of things. The sort of things you expect in the WoW shop. You know, you can buy the Tears of Noobs mount. But also, what you can do is, if you are somebody that is always on the auction house, you're, you know, always on the game, you're playing, you're developing tons of money, tons of cash. You can convert that cash on like an auction house system, or sorry, a stock exchange system. It's more like you can convert that in-game gold to gems. And vice versa, if you actually, so it's a way of, if for instance, if I'm just a casual guy, I want to log in and play some Guild Wars 2, but I don't really have any cash, or, you know, I don't really have the time to farm stuff, I can just buy some gems, convert those gems on the auction house to gold, and then buy stuff in-game on the auction house with golds and such and like, and then vice versa. Hopefully that's clear. I don't think I've made it very clear, but anyway, it's a really nice system, but annoyingly, you can't do that with things like Battlefield, you can't do that with things like Call of Duty. What I would love to see with these games is a system whereby, I don't know, for every hour you play or whatever, for the amount of time you put in, you get tokens or something back. So for instance, you get online with your friends and you play for 3 hours, you get 3 tokens back. And then say that, I don't know, 6 hours, I'm trying to think now, even say a camo pack costs 5 tokens. You play for 5 hours, you get 5 tokens, you can buy a camo pack. So I know it's probably low and they wouldn't accept that, but that sort of structure, so that if you're playing a lot, you can buy these things because they're rewarding you for your dedication. And the fact that you are probably, if you're playing that much, you are probably going to buy the DLCs all the time. You are probably buying the season pass. You're a loyal customer, they're rewarding that loyalty. Vice versa, if you're a casual guy that maybe plays, you know, on a Friday night or a Saturday for half an hour, and you can't, like, man, it's going to take me ages to get these tokens. Nope, fuck that, I'm just going to put my credit card details in and I'm going to buy these things. Because eventually what will happen is they are going to do DLC guns. And looking at the Peacekeeper, I kind of accepted because it wasn't too OP, it was okay. The Maverick is getting ridiculous. It's not up there in the, you know, MP40 stakes yet, but it's getting that way. And if they do DLC guns, it will ruin the game, it will ruin balance. Titanfall, don't do it. I love ya. Can't wait.